Hi, welcome to this week at Ask Total Health. I'm Craig Alley, and this week we're going to look at 5 health tips to help you be more productive throughout your day. So we're going to use the Eat, Move, Recover principles of total health and just 5 main tips to help you be more productive. I'm sure you have lots of little things that you do to organise yourself better, to function better throughout your working day. But again, a lot of people will neglect the health side of things and not think about that. So you can have all the best systems in the world, but if your mental and physical energy is not good, then it's going to be like you're pushing really hard to try and get those things done. Whereas if we can just spark up our mental and physical energy and you have good systems in place, then you're going to be flying, hopefully. So we're going to look at 5 tips here. So the first tip is you've got to start your day well. You want to be starting off in a positive as far as your energy is concerned. So we could wake up, big alarm going off, we're jumping up, we're in this kind of stress zone, and then we throw lots of coffee just to get ourselves kind of woken up. We eat lots of sugary foods, cereals and stuff like that, and then we sprint off into work, maybe grab a croissant or whatever, and you're just in this broken down state early on. By 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be worn out. So try and start it well. Get some water in you first of all, make sure that's the first thing you do. You hydrate yourself well. Now it might just be some water, you may want to get some warm water with lemon and ginger or something in there to alkalise the body, get yourself into a good state. If you can get a little bit of movement in, obviously you don't always have time for that, but even if you can just do a little bit of neck mobility, some very light postural exercises, may only take you a couple of minutes, a yoga sun salutation, perfect way to start the day, so maybe do some breathing exercises, just open the lungs up, start getting the oxygen kind of flowing through the body, put yourself into a relaxed state to start the day rather than a kind of stressed out state, because there's going to be lots of things that are stressing you out through the day. So if you could start in a good relaxed state, that's going to help as well. So just get that intention of starting well. Even if you don't have a lot of time, you can still hydrate yourself. You can do a little bit of neck mobility exercises as you're brushing your teeth or whatever it is. You can just try and walk into work or walk part of it if you can. Think about fueling yourself well, get a good breakfast in you, good balanced breakfast, and not just throwing lots of sugary stuff down you. So have that intention right from the start of the day that you're going to energise yourself, not burn yourself out. The next one, get regular breaks in. We all know this, but how often do you do it? Generally the brain starts to kind of disengage and switch off after kind of 90-minute cycles. So try and be disciplined, and it can only be for 1 or 2 minutes, but if you set an alarm every 90 minutes, or you set a reminder, so you either get up, you have some water, you do a little bit of movement, you just even walk around the office, you get some fuel in you, whatever it is, just try and just take 90-minute breaks every 90 minutes. And like I'm saying, you don't have to take big breaks, but 30 seconds to 2 minutes is all you need sometimes, just to switch off, disengage for a second, and then go back to it with kind of fresh renewal. And when you're doing that as well, if you can try and get into a pattern of just fueling yourself every 90 minutes, it's probably a good habit. If you're having to concentrate quite hard at work, you're going to be using a lot of energy, basically. A lot of people fall into this trap, and that's why they feel exhausted through the middle of the day and feel really hungry later on in the day, because they think if they're not moving a lot through the day and they're just using their brain power, then they don't need the food or the fuel, so they try and limit themselves. Whereas your brain power will use a lot of glucose. It uses a huge amount of glucose when you're having to concentrate. So try and just keep that topped up, just having things like veg sticks and fruit, some nuts and seeds, just small snacks throughout the day. Ideally just a little snack every 90 minutes if you feel comfortable with that, just to keep your energy fueled up as well. So renew your energy every 90 minutes and then top it up. Movement is the next one. You must get movement into your day, but whatever way you can. If you're asked to stay seated most of the day and work at a computer, well, that's fine, but get up and move. Again, fit it into the 90-minute cycles. Get up, walk around. You can sneak away to a quiet corner, do some mobility exercises. If you can get out at lunchtime for a walk, a jog, go and do an exercise class. Doesn't have to be long, 20-30 minutes can make a massive difference. Get movement into your day, it's what the body is designed to do. And also when your body is is moving and it's engaged, it starts to stimulate the brain, your nervous system start to switch all the other systems on as well, and it gives you more brain function, more clarity in the brain. Use caffeine, but use caffeine wisely. And if you don't drink anything that contains caffeine, then don't worry about it, but a lot of people will, but we won't use it wisely. We'll just use it to keep us topped up and try and kind of struggling along, drinking coffee after coffee, just hopefully thinking that we can get through the day. But if you use it wisely, if you want a little pick-me-up, in the morning after you've done a little bit of movement, you've hydrated yourself, and a little coffee to get you going, that's fine. And then when you're about to hit that mid-afternoon slump as well, just get up, go for a walk, go and get yourself a little espresso shot or whatever, and then just a little pick-me-up there. So that's fine, we can use caffeine, but like I say, don't use it as your source of fuel and energy throughout the day. Just use it for a little spike and pick-me-up. Just that, once or twice throughout the day, just to get you through those little bumps and those little dips that we can have, yeah? So use caffeine wisely. It's probably wise as well if you have a little bit of food with caffeine, just to kind of give you a little bit of energy and balance your blood sugar. And recover at the end of the day. Most important part, people aren't switching off at the end of the day. Make a transition from work life to home life. Even if you're going to have to work at some point when you go home, it should be at the same kind of rate and intensity that you're having to perform it in your workplace as well. So make some transition. Try and just, as soon as you finish work, go for a little walk, switch your headphones on, listen to something, some music or a podcast or whatever. As soon as you get home, just do 5 minutes of movement, just do a little breathing exercise or something. Again, we have all these exercises on our YouTube channel. Switch off and just gradually keep winding yourself down and switching off by the end of the day. Ideally, before you go to bed as well, you do some kind of relaxation if you have time for it. But again, if you have that intention at the end of the day that you're going to be winding down from as soon as you leave the office, even if you have to do work, you're just gradually winding yourself down. You're going to switch off your stress nervous system, your fight or flight nervous system. You're going to set the body up for recovery, renew, repair, and have renewed energy at the start of the next day. You're going to have a clearer sleep and everything as well. So really important that you're winding down at the end of the day. So 5 tips again. Going to start the day well, have the intention of starting the day well with some movement, some breathing and fueling ourselves well, some hydration. Going to have regular breaks and keep our energy topped up as well with some good foods. You're going to move throughout the day. If you use caffeine, you're going to use it wisely just to give you a little pick-me-up when it's needed, and you're going to recover and wind down at the end of the day. There's your 5 tips. Throw them in on a consistent basis, and I can pretty much guarantee you're going to be more productive. Or if not more productive, you're going to have more energy to have some fun or something. I'll be back next week with another video. Thanks.